What's up, everybody? It's E the Prophet here to do another video. This is going to be my third video in the Truth series, and it's going to be called Did the Dinosaurs Have Awareness slash Consciousness, and How Did They Think? Now, I've done a video so far about how humans think and, our awareness and slash consciousness. I've done another video about animals and their, awareness, slash consciousness and how they think. And this video was going to be about the dinosaurs. And the reason why is because I feel like a lot of the information that we have about the dinosaurs is very lacking. To be honest, what I know is that the big dinosaurs like to eat grass and foliage, and the little dinosaurs like to eat each other, or the smaller dinosaurs like to eat each other and the other animals. That's all we really know. We don't really know. Like nobody never really talks about the level of intelligence of dinosaurs and how smart they were, or maybe not have been, or a lot of the times we think of dinosaurs as being very monolithic, like they all were the same. And if you look at animals now, it's probably not the case. You probably had a lot of different types of dinosaurs with varying levels of intelligence and and various different types of behaviors. And the real reason why I thought it was important to talk about the dinosaurs is because all of the scientists seem to be in agreement now that our modern day birds are dinosaurs. And when I did the video about animals, I really didn't talk about birds, and I really should have. I really should have mentioned birds in that video, because if you think about birds, and there's a particular group of birds, I can't think of the name of the family right offhand, but I know it includes ravens and crows. If you know anything about animals, you know anything about these birds, these birds are ridiculously freaking smart and intelligent, like just unbelievably smart and intelligent. And when I speak of intelligence in the animal kingdom, I'm more so speaking of human-like intelligence, because a lot of different animals are intelligent in various ways, but I'm talking more so puzzle solving, things like that, things that we can relate to. Birds are crows and ravens, and I think it's one other bird in that family. These birds are at the top in terms of human-like intelligence. They said, I can't remember if it was a crow or a raven, but they said a baby, or a young crow or raven, I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, it had the same level of intelligence as an adult chimpanzee, when it came to taking certain tests. So that tells you right there, normally when we think of human-like intelligence, the apes and the monkeys are the first things we think of, and maybe even like the whales and the dolphins, but the ravens and the crows apparently are just as intelligent as the primates, if not more intelligent, which is why I felt the need to make this video, because if birds are the modern day descendants of dinosaurs, then that means if birds are this intelligent, then there's a good chance that dinosaurs were also very intelligent. And I'm gonna give you something else to think about in terms of birds. The only animal that can mimic human language on the entire planet is a different types of birds. Birds can actually say human words just like we can, which also makes me wonder if, now keep in mind, these are my theories, these are just theories, but it makes me wonder if birds also acquired that from dinosaurs. Were they dinosaurs with complex language, or ability to, to make complex sounds, more so than the other animals, because I don't care how intelligent the animal is, whether it's a chimpanzee, a gorilla, a orangutan, a whale, a dolphin. None of these animals can say human words. The only animals that can say human words are like parrots, parakeets, cockatiels. I think like a couple of other. But funny enough, I just read an article just recently about a duck that can say several human words. It's like a big deal. Let me tell you, there's a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of false stories. So I don't even know if that story is one. I don't know if it's accurate, but it is a story that's out there. If you look it up, about a duck that can say human words. So that just goes to show the birds are on a whole nother level. Now, let me say this. Birds are very, they have very small heads with very small brains. So it makes you wonder how in the world they could be so smart with those little tiny brains. How could those little brains be that powerful? And I'm going to tell you, my theory on that is it has to do with birds being able to fly. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Now, keep in mind how I said that the more in the last video, in fact, I think, I hit it on the last video, the more capable your shell is, the more of the brain's resources you'll be able to use. And maybe because birds have that ability to fly, I don't know, because if you take into account everything that goes into flying, and I'm talking about the way birds fly. I know there are other animals that can fly like bats and stuff, but bats don't fly for hundreds of miles south at a time. If you take into account all that the bird has to do so that they don't all crash and die, on that 100-mile journey, 200, 300-mile journey, there's a lot of computation, going into that from the brain of the birds. So, I'm all I can do is say that because birds can fly, somehow, that gives them, some more intelligence. Even the birds that can fly, maybe, and I don't know all of the different levels of intelligence throughout the bird kingdom. I don't, but I do know that for sure, crows and ravens, but it's not even them. Crows, ravens, I know pigeons are really smart. There are a lot of really, really smart birds that are very, very trainable. Like they used to train crows and ravens. Like if you watch Game of Thrones, the bird is always delivering the messages, the raven. They could train these birds to take messages like great miles, distances away and come back with the return message. They could train these birds to do that. That's incredible. You would never be able to train a bat or any other flying animal to do that. So birds are just on a whole nother level in terms of capability and intelligence. Now, the obvious question should be, if you watched my last video and I talked about the shells and how the more capabilities, the more resources from the brain, the more the brain you can use, the obvious question should be, if that's the case, then how come eagles and hawks and falcons aren't more capable, aren't smart or more intelligent than the ravens or the crows? And my answer to that is, I'm going to assume, even though if you look at like the hawks and the falcons, the eagles, they have a lot of weapons at their disposal. They're really strong. They fly really fast, have really good vision. And I believe the reason why, in that case, their shell might not give them more mental capability over something like a raven or a crow is because they don't rely on intelligence to hunt. They rely on strength and power and big talons and claws and razor sharp beaks to hunt. You know what I'm saying? They have so much power, they don't need intelligence to hunt. Whereas ravens and crows are relying on intelligence. Not to mention, crows and ravens are more social type birds who, live in groups. Whereas eagles hunt solitary, they're solitary hunters. Hawks are solitary hunters. Falcons, solitary hunters. So that could be the reason why, if you think about it like this, you might have a chimpanzee who's way stronger than a human, can jump way higher than a human, do all kind of things physically that a human can't do, but they still don't have the same capability. And that could be the same case with the attack birds versus, the crows and the ravens, that even though they have more advanced shells in terms of hunting, they still might not be as dexterous and able to do things that the crows and ravens can do. And that would be my explanation. And once again, like I said, these are all my theories. But with that said, I will put my theories up against anybody, any scientist, any doctor, any investigator, anybody doing research. I will put my theories up against anybody. That's how confident I am in me. But, all of this talk, about birds is it's really leading me back to dinosaurs and how capable were some dinosaurs. And with varying levels of intelligence, how smart were the smartest dinosaurs? Now, if you think about birds, birds can build nests. Like almost every bird can build some form of nest. What kind of nest were dinosaurs building? Because dinosaurs also laid eggs, and I'm sure they had, think about that. What kind of were they able to make elaborate structures? Having maybe more ways to do things than birds can, or even the flying dinosaurs, were they significantly more intelligent than the other dinosaurs? It's like we just really have no way to know. And like I said, were there dinosaurs who had complex patterns of speech, like we know whales and dolphins have complex patterns of speech. They don't say human words, but like I said, if birds can mimic humans, and birds are descendants of dinosaurs, and dinosaurs had that same capability, that means dinosaurs will be capable of complex language, indicating very high intelligence. I mean, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying it's a possibility, and like that's the whole reason for all of this, is because, like I said, we may be under one impression, but there may have been dinosaurs who could build, like think about like a beaver who can build a dam. Imagine intelligent dinosaurs and what they may have been able to build, or do, and just probably because they will probably be more dexterous than birds. I would say there's a chance that the dinosaurs, there may have been dinosaurs even more intelligent than, say, the ravens and the crows. We just have no way to know for sure. But like I said, if the birds are the descendants of the dinosaurs and they're highly intelligent, why wouldn't the dinosaurs be highly intelligent? And also, just to try to give all sides to it and all aspects, it could be a case where the dinosaurs weren't as intelligent, and as they evolved to be smaller, they became more intelligent. That could also be, that could be an answer as well. I really just have no way to know, but I just get the feeling that a lot of these, and like I said, not all dinosaurs, but there may have been dinosaurs capable of very high levels of intelligence, maybe close to human levels in some ways. And they may, do we ever think of dinosaurs being affectionate? Dinosaurs may be to show, we know birds show affection, so why wouldn't dinosaurs show affection? Now, I'm also sticking to the fact that most scientists say that dinosaurs or birds descended from dinosaurs. Like a lot of the birds we see, they say are what used to be dinosaurs. But now this is going by what now, I'm assuming that they're correct on this, and there is a very good chance they could be wrong. Because I grew up believing that dinosaurs were related to reptiles. And even though reptiles and birds have similarities, they are different types of animals. Reptiles are cold-blooded, birds are warm-blooded. They both do lay eggs, but reptiles don't seem capable of affection, whereas birds can be highly affectionate. So I, even though they're similar, I think there's differences between them. So it really matters to know if the dinosaurs, where did they act? Who were they closely related to, the reptiles or the birds? Or is it even both? Could it be that some dinosaurs are more closely related to certain reptiles and some dinosaurs are more closely related to birds? And there may even be dinosaurs that are closely related to mammals. We just really have no way to know. But I want to put it out there so that we have, once again, a jumping off point to start some better conversations than we've had up to this point. Because the conversations we've had fucking suck. They absolutely suck. It's just unbelievably ridiculous. Man, some of the stuff I read is just unbelievable to me. It's just unbelievable. Okay, for instance, since we're talking about dinosaurs, let's talk about the damn asteroid that I mentioned in one of my videos way back. If you looked at my videos, I promise you I talked about this. Saying how they keep saying that an asteroid killed the dinosaurs off 60 million years ago. Okay, I'm going to tell you why there's a flaw in that. Actually, I'm going to give you more than one flaw. For one, how the hell would anybody know what happened 60 million years ago? Number two, how did the asteroid just kill off the dinosaurs? Just the dinosaurs. Not all the rest of the life, just killed off the dinosaurs. Do that even make sense? Three, how can birds be the modern day descendants of dinosaurs if they were wiped out by the asteroid? So it can't be both. It can't be they were wiped out and their descendants. The birds are, what are the birds descendants of if the dinosaurs were wiped out? So that argument just does not hold water. We just need something better. And it's time to stop relying on this BS crap. I read another article about how we're under the assumption of a lot of things that are absolutely wrong. Everything about catching colds, just all kind of dogs eating blood, and just all kind of things we've been told over the last few decades that are absolutely wrong. I believe one of those things is the asteroids killing the dinosaurs. Now maybe the asteroid did have some impact on the dinosaurs, but I just cannot intelligently believe that the asteroid killed off the dinosaurs and left everything else intact. That I just can't intelligently believe that. I can't. They need to come up with something better than that. I've said it, I'm saying it in this video, that's hogwash. I've said it in the previous video, that's hogwash. They put it out there as fact, but I eat a prophet, refuse to believe that. Refuse. Another article I read just recently, and this one blew my mind too. Could not believe what I read. Somebody put an article out there, and actually there's scientists who put this out as a theory, that octopuses are not native to Earth and are actually creatures from outer space. I swear to God, somebody wrote this as a story, and it's actually been reviewed by other peers, other scientists. This actually is out there as a real theory, that octopuses are from outer space. Now, to me, this is unbelievably stupid. If you just use a little bit of thought process, a little bit of brain power. For one, supposedly the octopuses split off from the squids 150 million years ago, per the scientists, if the scientists are correct about this. The squid was here first, and then the octopus split off from the squid. So if the octopus is a creature from outer space, that would mean that the squid would also have to be a creature from outer space. So that kills the octopus argument right off the bat. There's no way that could be possible if the octopus came from the squid. If anything, the squid would have to be the creature from outer space, and we could start with that, even though that also makes no sense. And let's just think about this logically. Okay, the argument is that somehow eggs were attached to an asteroid that crashed into Earth, and that's how the octopus got here. Like I said, that can't be the case because they come from squids. So, we'll say that that's the case with the squids. The squids were on an asteroid, and somehow they crashed on Earth and got into our ocean somehow. I haven't even started dissecting that stupidness, but if you just even listen to what I'm saying so far. Now, okay, how could the eggs possibly get attached to an asteroid? As far as I know, what an asteroid is a smashed up piece of planet floating through space. I can't think of any way a chunk of rock would just be floating through space unless either planets collided with each other, maybe a star shot out a beam of energy and blew a planet to pieces. I don't know, but I would assume that an asteroid is a chunk of planet, a chunk of rocky planet that's floating through space. That's what an asteroid is. So, how could eggs get attached to these, blasted apart planets? Who are there highly intelligent squids living on another planet, and maybe they knew their planet was about to be destroyed, so they went ahead and took some eggs and threw them on an asteroid and tried to send it to Earth, hoping, it would come here and, make it through space, through the freezing cold temperatures and the radiation possibly in space, and, and then once it gets to our atmosphere, we have an atmosphere, so anything that comes through that atmosphere is going to have to deal with that friction burn, meaning, that asteroid is probably going to be on fire by the time it gets through the atmosphere. So the eggs dealt with all of that, and then the eggs were able to survive the impact of the asteroid hitting the Earth. And then, I guess, after the asteroid impacted the Earth, kaboom, kapow, I guess the eggs flew off into the ocean from there. But if you think about how stupid this this is just unbelievable. I can't even believe that we have scientists putting this crap out there, and people aren't immediately making these people a laughing stock. These theories don't even make sense. So no, the squids, the octopuses, they aren't the only anomalies in the ocean. There are a lot of things in the ocean that make no freaking sense. There's a fish that look like a freaking human, look like a funny looking human. I swear to God. You know, you have sharks who can see like your electrical, like the electromagnetic field that surrounds you. They can see that. That's one of their senses. There are electric eels that can shock the hell out of you. They literally have electricity going through their bodies and can shock the hell out of you. There are octopuses that are like this big that have enough poison to kill 20 men. So there are all kind of crazy things going on in the ocean. Besides, octopuses are very unique. Don't get me wrong, but they're not the only unique thing. There are all kind of unique things in the ocean, all kind of crazy things. And to be honest, one thing about the octopus, as far as I know, there are really, really big ones that can live way down at the bottom of the ocean, probably the points we can't even explore. So God knows what's down there at the bottom of the ocean. For it might be all kind of scientific. I mean, things like they would come out of a science fiction movie at the bottom of the ocean. We have no idea because we don't know what's down there. So, yeah, I just wanted to, I just had to address those two things because they've been bugging the hell out of me. But anyway, like I said, the whole point of this video was to talk about dinosaurs and their levels of intelligence. Dinosaurs have senses, so I'm guessing that they at least have, you know, the 5 senses we have, you know, see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. But they also could be like some of the things, they may have had senses. They really could have been fire breathing. You know, even if we don't call them dragons, there could have been some type of dinosaurs who could breathe fire in the same way that you have eels that can shoot electricity. I mean, we just have no way to know. And that's my thing. There's so much we don't know about the dinosaurs, and it's time to really start learning whatever truth we can about them and really learning, you know, how intelligent they were and what their capabilities were. Dinosaurs may have been capable of great things because of their, like I said, especially if that's where the birds come from. And birds are so intelligent. Like I said, dinosaurs could have been very intelligent with the size. I mean, they may have just done some of the things that don't make sense to us that we can't figure out may have been a result of some of the dinosaurs. To be honest, we just don't have a way to know. But yeah, I just wanted to put these theories out there, give people, like I said, give you another way to think about things, because that's what I'm all about. Talking about things that other people can't talk about, talking about things that other people can't understand, and putting them out there for you to understand and explaining it as simply as I can for you to understand. And even with that, I know a lot of it's going to go right over a lot of people's heads because a lot of people just can't think on this level. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping I can get just a few of them, if I can get just a few people to hear what I'm saying. But even if, you know, I had a friend tell me like, man, nobody watched your video about the animals. And I don't really give a shit, to be honest. I don't care if anybody watches the videos or not. The thing is, I know that I put the information out there. I know the information is in digital format for people to see. Hey, nobody might not watch the video right now. They might not watch it for years. But I know my theories are so solid that they're going to hold up for years. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, I know, you know, that what I'm saying will be coming out of somebody else's mouth at some point. It always goes down like that. I'm always ahead of the curve. So I promise you, even if I'm dead when it happens, I might not be alive to see it, but I guarantee it. My theories will come out of somebody's mouth at some point. Hopefully I'll get the credit for my own theories, but if I don't, somebody else will. I promise you. I promise you. That's a guarantee. But anyway, that's all I really can say because, like I said, I wasn't there at the time of the dinosaurs, and there's not really any reliable information to really tell us how intelligent they were. But I'm going to assume, like I said, if the birds are this intelligent, there's a good chance there were at least some dinosaurs who were highly, highly intelligent and may have been very, very capable and may have even had complex speech. You know, we just have no way to know for sure. But those are possibilities. Those are possibilities, theories, whatever you want to call it. With that said, I think, you know, that's enough for tonight. This is going to be my last video dealing with thinking and consciousness and all of that. I put a lot of info out there in 3 videos, and hopefully, you know, somebody can benefit from it. Like I said, hopefully we can get some new conversations started and really try to figure out things, because that's what I'm all about. I'm all about the truth and figuring out what's real, you know. And a lot of what we're dealing with is a lot of, whether it's religion, it's fairy tales, whether it's science, it's fairy tales. It's just a lot of bogus information out there, and it's hard to get to the truth. Thank God y'all got somebody like me. I'm at the point where I can see through lies so easy now because there's so many of them out there. So all I got to do is once you get to a certain level of intelligence and discernment and perception, it just becomes a lot easier to see lies. And I'm telling you, I can see through a lot of lies in our society. And I said this before in another video, our society is built on a lot of lies. You know, why? I don't know. Maybe people can't handle the truth. In fact, I'm sure there are people who can't handle the truth. You know, and maybe that's why it is the way it is. But hey, all I can do is do my part, and I'm gonna put the truth out there as best I can. You know, the next video gonna probably be a little bit more lighthearted. I got a good idea what it's gonna be, but that'll be a surprise. But it's coming soon. And you know, and I will say this, it'll be for anime fans. This is gonna be an anime video. Sorry about that, y'all. Little dang, I can't stand these little things flying around. But anyway, y'all, thank you for watching the video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share the video. And please, you know, if you have any questions, any comments, you think I got something wrong, you think I may be missing something, by all means, man, correct me. I don't take it personally. I love to learn, you know, so, you know, please leave comments, questions, whatever. Anyway, everybody, I love y'all. Please stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. Peace.